Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
That the most powerful force is human consciousness itself. That when a human being wakes up to the total sum of consciousness within their subconscious, they will instantly understand the messages of our messiahs, our Buddhas, our teachers. They'll see the oneness, that outside the boundaries of automatic reactions, needing to fix and change what's not even broken, that the illusions that we are freed from is the same as the truth will set you free. That the truth is that you're not good enough, that you're not broken, that there is nothing wrong with you. And everything that you do in this world to try to overcome what you think is broken, what you think is inferior, what you think is wrong with you, perpetuates the lies of the ego. That the ego is the voice of the mind that perpetuates the disconnection from present moment awareness. It is a distraction, a voice in your head, that when people are talking, your voice in your head is talking over them, using all your fear, using all your triggers to evaluate, judge, and assess them, to make them right or wrong, where you entitle yourself to define reality in this state of confusion and disconnect. Because the fear is a neurological experience, it subordinates normal emotions that would empower you to navigate fruitfully. And instead of using your imagination to relive your past and anticipate future failures and become avoidant of rejection and failure and hide in a comfort zone, all notions of self disappear and a new view of life emerges, one that is merely a perfected relationship to the here and now. That present moment consciousness is found many different ways: meditative enlightenment, the kingdom of God in the teachings of Jesus, ontological seminars, and spontaneous awakening experiences. And understanding the neurological dimensions of this is critical to the salvation of mankind. That if you took a look at the world as you keep running on a treadmill for more, we're sitting here marching forward to certain ecological disaster, certain conflict as we increase the technology of destruction, as we divide ourselves and assert our dominion and entitlement to reality. We'll eat every lobster, we'll fill the oceans with plastic, we'll continue to burn fossil fuels instead of looking at biology as a way to generate energy. That we were given everything, and all we can do is, are we there yet? And keep up with the Kardashians. And so each individual subjective reality is how you fall short of the glory of God, aka consciousness. That if you're going to live a life validating the fact that you're broken by trying to fix it, if you're going to live a life by trying to disprove that you're not good enough and project that onto everybody and live in pervasive fear and anxiety socially, you're going to live a life of disconnect. And our own entitled, selfish self preservation is the basis of falling short because you think that you get to believe, you get to choose what's real. And now you're seeing pervasive conspiracy theories where people dehumanize each other and form groups. And all you would need to do is look at a pickup basketball game at the local park to understand everything you need to know about ego. Because ego asserts its righteousness in servitude of its own desires. That when the ball goes out of bounds, people fight, bicker, and argue. And they think that the louder and more passionate they get, the more they believe that that has something to do with reality. And the one thing you'll see about the fighting and bickering is that reality forms in servitude of ego only. That you entitle yourself to believe things that meet your own needs. And you see how fear would put a bullet in a Martin Luther King or nail a Jesus to the cross. And we're still doing it. Still doing it. Calling children collateral damage. Failing to see that a nation is a document, an agreement. And all it takes is putting the name of the arbitrary birthplace of somebody in front of their name to have no humanity for them whatsoever. And so the disconnection of ego is perpetuated by the neurological fear that it invokes to mandate your response to life, that you live in a world of your own genesis, that there's a three-dimensional world out here that is objective, and then there's your interpretation of everything, your righteous entitlement to fight, bicker, and argue and tell other people how they think, how they feel, simply because that's what you think because of everything you've already been through. And so there is no newness. And you wonder why history repeats itself when you keep repeating yourself, when you keep feeling the same rejection fear and thinking it's all women, all men. And as you shrink because of your fear and become avoidant because not good enough is the primary basis of your comfort zone, you entitle yourself to brokenness, that you find comfort in the assertions of your brokenness to disengage any semblance of responsibility or accountability so that you can reduce your own expectations, so that you can avoid rejection and avoid failure. And you're afraid to forgive yourself, terrified to forgive yourself, because you don't want the responsibility that comes with the freedom of letting go of your entitlement to claim being a victim to your own brokenness. And that is the blasphemy of your life. Walking around trying to conceal the fact that you feel like you're broken and not enough, and that the whole purpose of your life is the rat race of chasing the emotions that you sacrifice in the validation of your brokenness that has become the basis of all moments of your life. That you're so dissociated that all you see is the potential of rejection. And so you smile in the face of your own anxiety and you try to fake it till you make it. And so you want to pretend long enough to stack up enough money, enough clothes, enough material possessions to finally achieve the validation of proving yourself to yourself and all the people that you think you're a victim of, from society to your parents that you weren't enough for, to everybody that did you wrong in the past. In a world of victims where not a single person stands up and acknowledges any semblance of responsibility. Not one. Where everybody has a victim story, where everybody has some reaction or overreaction. And that's it. And so as you repeat abandonment and failure and not enough as the primary architect of your own experience of self that you need to fix on a pervasive, perpetual healing journey, you may want to notice that everybody else on the trauma bond express to nowhere is not healing. Because all healing means to you is feeling better. That you feel healed the moment you get love bombed or hoovered again, or something good happens. And so healed for you is feeling good, and sadness means there's something wrong and you get stuck grieving and grieving and grieving. And everything that happens has some significance in you defining your own experience of yourself. That happens over there, that means I'm not good enough. That happens over there, that means I'm rejected. And then you're the victim of a rejection and you're mad and you got to go work out, and you got to do this and got to do that. And so everything that you've done to try to fix, change, overcome, improve yourself has been undermining you the whole time, because you can justify all the anxiety as the sacrifice for the illusions of a better tomorrow. When you get there, you may have the things that you want, but you might notice the emptiness. You might notice that you saved up for that thing you wanted and then you got it and here you are. You got the house. What happened? You got the flat panels. You got the gadgets, the phones. You could eat anything you want, tickle every taste bud, and have a doctor correct every neurotransmitter in your brain. And what now? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, are you going to wait for the sirens or are you going to wake up? Because if you're going to just run on a treadmill chasing validation, there's a lot of people that want to tax you and charge you interest to help you achieve, that perfection as you keep up with the Kardashians, chasing your tail as a proverbial carrot of a someday future that you'll never get to.